Hey, what's up guys? How you doing down there? Today we're going to be going over how to hit the flop shot. So the flop shot is a beautiful shot because it allows you to get out of situations that most golfers can't if you're able to master it. However, it is very difficult to master, which is why I decided to make this video to help you out in your journey of mastering the flop shot. Let's get into it. So there's a couple different facets of this. First is how to actually hit the shot, and second is debunking a lot of wrong theories I guess people have about how to properly hit this shot. So first and foremost, it's very important that you have the correct lie for your flop shot, right? You can't have it plugged in the grass like that. I'm never going to be able to get the proper compression on the ball that I want to get it popped in the air. Second thing is you're definitely going to want to use your highest lofted club for this. This is one of those rare situations in which I like to use my 60 degree because it has the loft required to get over objects like this tree. So first things first, especially for a shot this close, because I'm about, 8 feet from some branches that I have to avoid, and it's about 12 feet up. So basically I have to go farther up than I do forward. So let me instruct you exactly how to hit this shot. So one, it's gonna really need to be in the front of your stance, or at the very least, you're angled off like a madman. Now what I've talked about in other videos is that the ball will always go, or at least start, where the club face is angled. So I want the club face angled straight up over the top of this tree. I'm really gonna need my face angle to be pointing almost straight up. It's gonna look like it's straight up to me in order for this shot to work out really well. What I need to do is actually lean forward a little bit, because one thing that's crucial to the flop shot is that I compress down on the ball. Now this does seem counterintuitive, seeing as the ball needs to go really high in the air, but it is what needs to happen in order to actually produce enough spring force to get this thing up quick enough. I really just have to return the club to where address is, and I'm gonna still have to think about releasing the club down through the ball, just with the face angle way up there. Hopefully I don't die. Woohoo! So I don't know if you can see, that just landed on our ice patch over there. So I don't know if you could tell, and that was a lot of fun for me, but that definitely made it up and over the top. It actually clipped a branch on the way up. Still got over. I'm gonna see if I can do even better, because that thing, I didn't even flick my wrist very much. So I'm really gonna try to flick my wrist, but still release that club through the ball. That is absolutely crucial. Oh! And that's what we call a failure right there. Maybe because I hit 6 inches in front of the ball, I don't know. The more you get cute with your wrists, the more that's gonna happen. Because this is entirely a feel shot. There's only so much I can tell you, except for that your face angle has, look at this. Usually my hands are in front of the ball for anything short game. My hands are behind the ball for this by a good 4 or 5 inches in all reality. And that club is straight up. And my feet, okay, the club should be going that way. My feet are angled off it this way. That's like a 30-degree angle in all honesty. And what I'm trying to do, once again, and I can't stress this enough, contrary to what you might think, is you have to compress the ball down to go up. That's golf right there. It's always been said, if it feels wrong, it's right. And if it seems like it's wrong, it's definitely right. Here we go. So we did clip the branch up there, but to be fair, give me a break. It's 8 feet over there and 12 feet up in the air. So it's all about releasing through the ball, but keeping that face angle up. Now let me explain a couple of common misconceptions that keep people from being able to properly hit this shot when they think they're doing everything right. So the first conception has to do with why I keep saying that you have to hit down into the ball, is they think, hey, I gotta slip under this ball. I gotta slip the club under the ball. So what happens when they do that? That right there. Compression is the only way you're gonna get enough spring force, right? If I had hit it like that, I tried to slip under the ball, the club can't do its job, because the grass is doing the job instead of the club, right? You don't want the grass to do the job, you want the club to do the job. So you're not thinking about coming down and then across under the ball. You're thinking about down onto the ball, just with the face angle, face way up. If you really think about it, the middle of the face is still at a downward angle with the ball, like that. It just, part of the club slips under, and this part of the face, boom, it actually it's coming down. It compresses the ball ever so slightly into the ground, and then it pops off the face straight up. It's a physics phenomena, but it's why golf is so fun, because you can harness physics like this. So that's the big misconception. You cannot slip under the ball, or you will never be able to properly hit the flop shot. The second thing is not as much as a misconception as much as a common error, and that is picking your head up. Boom. You pick your head up, you will never hit the flop shot because it requires such a shallow angle of compression. You can't come straight down on the ball. The face angle will never work out, right? You have to come in a sense like you're coming at a 10-degree angle. You're still coming down on the ball. You're not coming up on the ball or anything, but you're coming down on the ball at such a shallow angle in order to get that face where you want it, that if you pick your head up when that's happening, boom, you're never going to hit it right. So you have to keep your head down. It is imperative. Even with the stuff where you're hitting more down on the ball, if you pick your head up, it's not going to be ideal, but at the very least, if there's not a tree in the way, you're going to get a better result. Not so with the flop shot. The flop shot is a precision technique, and precision requires really good fundamentals. So you have to keep your head down and you have to compress down on the ball. Now, the third thing I'd like to discuss is people think about locking their wrists in a lot of chip shots. Not so with the flop shot either. You do have to release your wrists, but you don't release it in the sense that you straight up hinge it like that. You think about releasing your wrists down. Usually it's just the arms moving on those chip shots, but in this case, as you can see, so because my hands are ahead of the ball, when I take it back, I really can't keep my hands ahead of the ball and have good technique, right? So what I have to do is take it back, but when I bring it through, my wrists get the hands back ahead of the ball, and they don't move too quick. They don't hinge up, because that wouldn't work. That means I'm no longer coming down on the ball, right? What I just have to do is think about returning the club to where it was when I addressed the ball, right? When I think about doing that, I can get those balls just up and over the tree, and I can put them right in my target zone. So that's the flop shot in a nutshell. Definitely not a beginner shot. It's one that takes a lot of practice before you're gonna take it onto the course. For example, I practiced for many hours just hitting it over this wire at my home course. And this wire was really fun because it was a good 20 feet up. So we would stand 15 or 20 feet back and just try to flop it over this wire onto the green. And it would be the best feeling in the world after many times of coming under the wire, thin it into someone's face over there. Under the wire, chunk it, and then finally one day, whee, up and over the wire. So if you can get that practice regimen down and you can figure out how to properly release the club and keep your head down, the ball and the club will work together to produce that result of a beautiful flop shot like you saw there. If you have anything else you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments because I'm looking for golf content to do, especially once it warms up. I'd like to invite you to go check out all the other content we have on the channel, both golf and other stuff you may be interested in. If you plan on sticking around for a little bit, also please subscribe to the channel because new stuff will be coming out very soon. With that, I'd like to thank you very much for watching this episode, and I will see you over in the next one.